into it and talk about how child support can hurt the father. So the topic today is how child support can hurt the father. Now, I know in some ways child support is put there for good intentions because it basically makes the father accountable for taking care of the child. I can imagine, like, before child support, it was a lot of guys out there who probably didn't do their part as far as taking care of their baby. It's kind of leaving up to the mom. Because raising a child is a very, 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 very hard task. It's expensive. It takes time, childcare, insurance, and things like that. All of those things go into raising the child. So I can never say that financially and other ways it's not hard to raise a child. Okay, so granted. Here's where it gets down to where it's kind of etchy for me, a lot of guys. Because some guys are there to help with the child, right? They're down to do things with the child. They're down to be financially stable for a child, especially if they have a good job. And some of those guys, I believe, get the bad end of the stick. And I'll tell you why. Because when you're paying child support, that money comes directly out of your check. It comes out of your check before you can get a chance to divvy out your bills, make plans, any of that stuff. It's coming directly out of your check. So no matter what else you got going on, that money's coming out of your check. Now, I know with some people, if it wasn't coming out of your check, you probably wouldn't be paying for it. I talked to a guy today who was behind on his child support, and his kids were 30 years old, and he was still making payments on child support. I'm gonna say that again. I talked to a guy today who was 30 years old. No, his children were 30 years old, and he was still paying child support on them because he was behind. So when you get behind, they kind of make you pay. They make you pay extra to catch you back up. So that's even more of a burden on a man's paycheck. I mean, you got things like insurance that comes out. Depending on if you're married or if you're married or single, if you're single, then you got another burden of a larger amount of taxes coming out of your check because you listed as single, especially if you're coming from married to single, you go through a divorce, you had the kids on there, now you're single, your tax bracket, there's more money coming out your check at the end of the 2 weeks. So you got that coming out. You got insurance coming out, which if you got a good insurance is $200. Then you got child support coming out, depending on how much it's going to be. These come out before you even taste your check. They're coming out. So I know a guy, I was working with a guy at a factory before, and he was so far behind on his child support. When he got his check, it was just a receipt. They took all of his money to where his check was $0. And his check was just a receipt saying you got paid. I don't truly understand how they factor in the amount of money that goes out and goes to your kid, because honestly, no parent, unless you just shelling out money for your kids, no parent is going to give every 2 weeks give their kid $300-400. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really understand how they factor these things out, but there the numbers are. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that child support is wrong. I'm not gonna say it's right. I'm just saying it hurts the parents sometimes. And I'm gonna show you how that happens. Because if you a parent and you want to be there in the kid's life, you want to take them on vacation, you want to do extra things for them, you may not be able to. Why? Because you're paying that child support, and that child support comes out first. So there may be months where you only want to give $250. Say if your child support was $360. There may be every 2 weeks you may only be able to give $200. Like I'm gonna hit them with something. Let me get $250 and then take the other $100 or whatever to take them on a say out of town or something. But you don't get to make that decision. That money is coming out, whether you like it or not. That money is gone, coming out your check. If you have a bill that you may need to get caught up or something like that, it's like that don't matter. That's coming out your check. So it hurts to have that money coming out every single 2 weeks. And ain't no catch up period. Ain't no period where like, okay, we're gonna suspend it for 2 months, let you get back on your feet. Nah, nah. It's coming out. You don't have a say in that money. It's gone. Then if you get behind, so far behind, they want to start taking things away, like your license, gone. Any professional license you may lose because you're so far behind on child support, which is going to make it even harder for you to catch up. Again, I'm not saying that child support is a good or bad thing, because I know there's some deadbeat dads out there who would pay not one single penny had it not be for child support. So don't get me wrong on that. But the parents that are willing to pay child support, it is sometimes a burden. And in fact, it's so much of a burden that it may take you out of your kid's life, because you're trying to make up that money. You're always working, trying to make up that money that you're missing. So you may not be able to go on trips. You may not be able to do this and this and that, you know what I'm saying, with your kids, because you got to pay that child support. You don't get a say as to how much you're going to pay. It's automatically taken out. Try to call and talk to somebody at the child support office. They're going to treat you like you done something really bad. And the situation, that the reason why you may not be with the female may not always be a bad situation. Maybe y'all just didn't get along. For a male, I think sometimes the child support office is the hardest people to talk to. They worse than Comcast. Child support office is worse than Comcast. Trying to talk to them and deal with them and figure things out. So a certain portion of your money is going to the mom. And then sometimes it hurts. I know, and this is not my situation. I'm saying that. Sometimes it doesn't go to the kids. And that's sometimes hurts the most, because you'd be like, what? Like, if you pay child support, you should be, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to pay child support and you got to try to come up with extra money to do for your kids. It's not like you paying child support and then you want to take your kids Christmas shopping. You'd be like, well, can I get some of that child support money so I can give my kids something nice for Christmas? No. You got to double up. You got to double up. So you always playing from behind. Tyrus Jackson said on my soul. Because they get their ass done. Right. They gonna take that money, and then if they mad at you, they're gonna take that money and do something else with it. Here's the thing: it doesn't cost that much to raise a child. I mean, I've said food, clothes, but you're not buying clothes for your kids every 2 weeks. Freddie said they don't even have mercy on you. Following sickness and everything. Yeah, you could be sick. I lost jobs in between jobs, and you got to understand, as a black man, you may lose a job. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might piss you off, and you snap on them, and you're gonna lose a job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you in between jobs, and you gotta contact the child support office. They gotta do their thing, and they the slowest. They are the freaking slowest. Like, they gonna put you on quick. They gonna take that check quick. If I quit my job today and go get another job, I might get like 1 or 2 paychecks where child support don't creep in, but you guarantee that third paycheck they there. You are going to be deducted from your job at the see all that you got. Somebody that's going to be reaching into your paycheck, taking money out every 2 weeks. So if you got to make, what do you call it? The custodial parent, because you're the non-custodial parent. That's what you label to at the child support office. You're the non-custodial parent. What type of shit is that? So Ebony said he should have pulled out and helped her without her asking people to take it for her. So he should have pulled out or helped without her asking them people to help for it. See, them people, y'all know they bad because you said them people. The only other people that we say them people are the cops. So I think sometimes females use it as a defense. And okay, I understand that. But is it out of anger? Like, that's what I want to say. Is sometimes is it out of anger? Like, I'm really going to get him. I'm really going to get in his ass with this child support. Like, I pay child support. I pay enough child support where she could really go out and get a Lexus truck probably and be making the payments with the child support that I pay. Like, that's crazy. I'm talking about failing to a major sickness where you can't work and they don't even make arrangements. See, I didn't know that. I know sometimes, like Freddie said that if you have a major sickness, they won't work with you. They won't adjust it. And that's what I'm saying. They the hardest people to work with. I put in for a modification before Christmas, and they still ain't got back with me. It's slow when you're trying to make modifications and arrangements like that. It's slow. But when they're trying to put you on, like, boom, I got you. So until I get my modification, we're just going to keep on taking the same amount of money. Like, what the hell? Oh, it takes 120 days. So how many paychecks you get in 120 days? It's 30 days in a month. So 30, 60, 90. So almost 4 months. I got to keep paying the same amount before y'all get to what y'all got to get to say, oh, yeah, your child is 18. He don't be supposed to be on here. So I got to pay extra whole 4 months. After I done paid all this time, I done paid it all this time. Y'all should be on my side. Like, look, he done did the damn thing. He got a modification. Let's hold a little bit out and then we're gonna modify it. If you don't get the modify, put it back. No, it don't matter. That does not matter. Another 4 months, y'all gonna continue taking money that I could be saving, try to go on a little vacation, try to get with my kids and do something extra. No, they're gonna take that. So good point, Freddie. Because the mothers have to make shit happen no matter what. And I get that. You have to make shit happen no matter what. I get that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that 9 times out of 10, a kid is not going to need that amount of money every 2 weeks. That's all I'm saying. Let's be real about it. Every 2 weeks. But my thing is like, okay, like in my situation, and I'm putting myself into it. Like, I understand like housing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have a roof over a kid's head. I get that. And food and things like that. I get that. But I mean, if I'm alive, then why would somebody think that somebody getting their ass done with the money? Because all the money ain't gonna go to the child. Like, come on, let's be for real. All the money's not going to the kid. So you kind of a fat Oprah Winfrey lie. Because all the money ain't going to the kid. Probably name slanging. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. I know that. Everybody know that. They even make songs about it. Look what Andre 3000 said. You know it ain't going to the kid. You know that. So come on, y'all. It ain't all going to the kid all the time. So because every 2 weeks a kid, they ain't finna need all that every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. So you may agree with me, you may not agree with me. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I ain't saying none of that. And I'm not trying to upset y'all females, but it's just something that us guys, it's frustrating. That's at the end of the day, it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get the kids need this. I get the kids need that. At the end of the day, it's frustrating. Understand that. You even seen a woman have a baby by a drug dealer and then put them on child support. you ever seen a woman have a baby by a drug dealer and then put them on child support? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I can't honestly say that I've seen that before. I'm gonna call my mom back. And then Ebony said, if I make sure my kids have everything they need and a lot of things they want, then when that check hits, I'm obligated to get my nails done or whatever I choose to do, as long as I make sure the kids are straight. That's a good point. I'm not gonna argue with that. And I've never been a type of person to be like, man, she got this, she got that. That's where my child support money is going. So don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, but here, okay, so this is what I'm saying, Ebony. Since you jumped into it, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes that money is going to be enough to downgrade his finances so he can't be in the kid's life like he wants to be. Because either he don't have the money to do this shit, or he got to go chase some more money to replace that money so he can live a normal life. Because shit is not cheap no more. So I get it on both sides. Shit is not cheap no more. Rent. Say if you married, you went from 2, now instead of having one rent, y'all both splitting one rent. Now you got 2 rents. Now you got 2 $700 rents, which is $1,400. So that's more money, more money, more money, more money. You say it's cheaper to keep her. Nowadays, this female's cheating. You may not want to be, you may not be able to be kept. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't the guy's option all the time. You may not be able to be kept. unless you just gonna sit there and be assed out, dogged out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she cheating on me, man. But look, I'm straight, man. I'm just gonna hang on. Nah. She might be a psychopath. She might be crazy, throwing pots and pans at your ass. And you, I'm just gonna hang on. I'm gonna keep her. No, you can't keep that. You gotta throw that back. These females out here are bipolar. They just ain't been diagnosed yet. That's a good point, though. If you could keep her, and that's, man, they had that song, "It's Cheaper to Keep Her." I wish. I don't know, man. It's hard. Shit up and just out. Look, guys don't deal with cheating the same way females deal with cheating. Guys can't deal with that shit. That shit rips our souls out. Like, nah, guys don't deal with cheating the same. Like, nah, we can't sit there and be like, oh, well, she cheated, I'm just gonna get over it. Nah, that doesn't work that way. Like, trust me. That's why a lot of shit be going haywire when guys get cheated on. Guys can't handle being cheated on. Chin up and chest out my ass. Chin up and chest out my ass. That shit hurts. It rips my soul. Guys understand what I'm talking about. Child support is the devil. Let's just get that out there. Child support is the devil. It's not for everybody. I think it has to be set up differently. That's really all I'm saying. It's not right all the time. Okay, so if I pay child support, come around holidays, like I should be getting ready to get a little bit of that back so I can buy some gifts. But now I gotta double up. I gotta pay that and then pay gifts. It's a double whammy. Child support is a double whammy sometimes. If I feed you what you feed me, don't act like it's poison when it's time to chew. Man, I feel you. But yeah, if you can't take cheating, don't cheat. If you can't take cheating, don't cheat. But I ain't finna be in a household with somebody cheating on me. Like, fuck that. You gotta have some type of manly standards about yourself to be like, nah, I can't do it. Okay, so anyway, we have wasted enough of you guys' time. Like I said, it's going to be a part 2, definitely, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But y'all tell me what y'all feel about child support. Leave your comments in the section there, and tell me what y'all feel about child support, because I'm telling y'all, my final opinion is child support is the devil. That's my honest opinion. It's the devil. I think it's meant to keep the non-custodial parent. It's meant to keep them more out of the kid's life, because you gotta try to come up with your rent, you gotta try to come up with your car payment, you gotta try to come up with insurance, and then you paying child support on top of that. So like, you look at your check, it should be figured out a little bit differently, because when you look at your check, that's what's gonna hurt. All right, y'all, gotta get out of here. Thank y'all for watching. My name is Johnny. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.